Hello traders, here. This is Chris Capri with SecondSkiesForex.com. This is another price action video. I've been very active on the Aussie and Kiwi dollar. I'll get into the price action regarding this Aussie dollar trend. I've actually just reversed it, which is kind of aggressive in a strong trending environment. Generally, I don't recommend counter trend trading. Usually a lot of the signals will fail, and so generally, of course, when there's such a dominant trend, you want to be trading with it. Many of my price action traders from the course have been trading this very actively and profiting very handsomely, getting in at locations such as here and here and here and here as well along the way, profiting, as you can see, along the way. But the market has been offering some good opportunities as of late on an intraday price action basis, and I'm going to show you why I've started to actually finally switch from trading with trend to now counter trend. Before I do that, I'm just going to show you some classic breakout roll reversal or breakout retest setups, what you want to be looking for, and then I want to get into the counter trend trade. Actually, there's two of them that I want to get into. I've added onto the position. I want to show you where I got in the original counter trend trade and how I've added onto the position. So let's, real briefly, I just want to zoom into the 4-hour time frame, and we're going to take a look at this just to show you on how it relates to the 20 EMA. Such a dominant trend usually will give pullbacks to the 20 EMA, giving you opportunities to get shorts such as here, nice little pin bar trigger here, pullback here, several rejections off of it here. Generally, these pullbacks are great opportunities to get back into it. Why? With such a dominant trend, the current with trend traders are generally not going to trade breaks. They don't need to chase the market. They're already in the trend. Why take the riskier trade when you have opportunities to get back on the pullback? So people who generally trade the breaks are the ones who are chasing the trend and didn't catch the initial portion of it, and they're worried about losing it or missing it, so they tend to trade breaks. Those can be effective when done correctly, but you also got to realize that the market will pull back, and oftentimes it'll either do it to the 20 EMA on the daily, the 4-hour, or 1-hour time frame. So look for these opportunities. Now, I want you to real briefly, I'm just going to zoom into 3 price action clusters. I want you to look at this cluster here, see it, just take a note of the characteristics. I want you to look at this one here, and then this brief one right over here. And then we're going to show you on a 1-hour time frame what it looked like from a price action perspective and why I saw some recent characteristic that basically told me, hey, now it's time to reverse it, where I reversed it, and how I've been adding on to this position. Take a look at this first section right over here. Anytime in a trend the market finds a significant bottom, you generally want to mark that level, because that tells you that there is either some profit taking happening there or that they're running into some buyers, and that usually, if the trend continues, will become a great breakout retest or breakout roll reversal level opportunity for you. There was a really good pin bar setup here that provided a nice rejection off of it here, but the sellers came back in very aggressive. When this level gets taken out, what you're going to do is look for a breakout retest. Now, sometimes the market will sell off a little bit and then come back to it really quickly before making a strong move down. If it doesn't happen like that, or it doesn't quite give you the one, don't worry about it. It's going to oftentimes give you another opportunity to do that. So don't worry, you're going to get a second chance to actually trade this breakout retest. Usually the market will print a nice lower low, create a reversal trigger on the intraday time frame, and then when it does produce a decent reversal, look where it's going to go to. Boom, right to that level, kisses right off of it, gives you a very nice price action pin bar trigger off of it, an opportunity to get back into it. Now, when I trade these, do I like to get on the level? No, what I'm looking for is usually a trigger off this particular level. Sometimes it will trade the level depending if it's closer towards the initial breakout. But if it's much further along away, then I want to see that the market is respecting to it and that the sellers are putting money in the market saying, we respect this level, we're going to get into this level here, we're going to enter around here, and we'll communicate to you that with a price action trigger. This market actually gave you several triggers. Another one over here, after finding a higher low, which is generally the one accompanying signal, or at least one of the key accompanying price action signals I like to see when looking to possibly reverse it, is a lower low and a higher low. This one does give me that, so I'm looking for this level to possibly yield here, maybe even treat this now as support, no longer resistance. But look what happens when the market gets back to it. Rejects off it again, Even does another one here, nice little engulfing candle. Then the market sells off short. The sellers are still in control. Very dominant here, selling 4 out of 5 hours. And then even again, gives you one more trigger, even slightly lower than the previous two. So telling us, okay, the sellers are probably going to break this level. We know that this was a key level here, so we're going to leave this here and mark this because we're going to watch for this level to be a nice breakout retest level. We're also going to look for something right around here as well as a possible role reversal level as well. Now when the market does end up breaking this here, look what happens. Since these are so close, it sits right on top of it, flag pattern, and then strong trend continuation. Don't worry if you miss the breakout, the market will give you a chance to retest it, and look what it does. Just a few pips shy of it, nice little pin bar trigger. Now we have a SDB, or shortened double bottom pattern here, with a double pin bar trigger here. So I have my lower low. I'm going to be looking for my higher low. Now take a look at this candle right over here. This is very aggressive selling, telling me that the sellers are present in the market. They've not only wrestled control, but they've taken out 4 hours of selling roughly just in this one candle. What happens after is what's really interesting and where I start to get my clues. Take a look at this here. This candle was very aggressive selling. Generally, you would expect to see follow through with such a strong candle. But look what happens. The market goes sideways for 6 hours here, higher than the prior low. The prior low is at 97.95. All of a sudden it starts being absorbed at 98.12. Why is that? Where did the follow through selling go after this candle? You have to be asking yourselves these questions. It either means one of two things, or maybe three things: that the buyers here are buying it up higher, they're absorbing the offers here, or new buyers came in, they realize they're probably not going to get this price here, so they're buying it a little bit higher, or it's both. Whatever the case is, the fact that this strong selling abated so quickly and then was absorbed tells us we're now getting some price action structure here and some price action clues that the market is going to be looking to reverse. Since this is kind of a pseudo double bottom here and here, what I'm going to be looking for is a higher low. Generally, double bottoms will produce a higher low before they reverse a trend. And so that's what I'm going to be looking for in this case here for my possible reversal. Now take a look at what happens. Again, it sits here for another 3 hours. So now we have 9+ hours sitting there. The market then goes towards this level over here and then kind of finds support even a little bit higher, telling us there are more buyers coming in, getting worse prices than here. So this tells me this market is underpinned here. So this thing is very likely to reverse. And then I get my final trigger very close to the level, a nice little pin bar trigger, and so now I finally have my signal to reverse. Simple, very simple entry on the open in the next candle, stop just below the lows of these wicks right over here. So I have a very nice tight stop, and I'm looking for a reversal right around to the 98.84 level here, and so that's where I'm looking to get in towards it here. It gives me about a 50 pip target and a 30 pip stop, almost a 2-to-1. If I want to, I can go for something a little bit higher, but this feels like, okay, this is where I probably want to be taking profit at this point. Now, take a look at what happens here. If the sellers were going to take control of the market or still were in control, they would probably push it back down to these levels, maybe stop me out, or maybe even push it back down here. But the market buys up very aggressive immediately, taking out the last 4 hours of price action, uses the 20 EMA support, and then very handsomely goes towards my target here, and I'm done. Now I've recently added onto this position here, and I'm going to show you why I added onto the position and what I'm looking for the market to do at this point. I want to scroll back to this key level right over here. You see how the market rejected off this level here? To me, this becomes a very key level. It's also a very nice little round number here. So when the market had broken above it, look what happened. Breakout retest. So I took the retest on this one. I'm long again here. I have a very tight stop on this one here. If I get stopped out, no big deal. I've made enough profit on this one here. That's fine. Where am I looking for my target on this one? Let me zoom out. Let me clear out a couple lines here. Let me zoom out and show you. I'm looking for the market to return either back to here, or if I get a little bit luckier, over here. So this is my long-term target. This is my short-term target. If the market gets very sticky at this particular level, then I'll just take profit and that's it. Being that it's a 46 or 45 pip target, I generally like to have a 2 to 1 on this. So that means I can only have about a 22, 23 pip stop on here. And that puts me right about, let me show you, just below this here. So I have a stop just below this here. So either I'm wrong on this one here. I made 50 pips on the first one. If I lose this one here, I've lost 20 pips roughly. I'm still up 30 for these two trades here. But these little double dojis here at the top of this very strong breakout bar here is telling me likely trend continuation. As you can see, this is a live chart. I don't know how this is going to play out at this point. Who knows? Hopefully it'll get to my target. We'll see how it develops over the next few hours. We'll probably get our answer pretty soon. So hopefully that makes sense from a price action perspective. Why I was reversing this. After in a very strong downtrend, don't just look for a reversal trigger. Look for accompanying price action triggers or signals there, particularly a high or low signifier communicate to you that now the market is buying it up higher. If you see the same lows or lower lows, then avoid the counter trend trade and avoid the counter trend signals until you see the accompanying price action. Also, again, on double bottoms, you'll generally get a higher low there, which is usually that last attempt for people to get the early buyers to get in and push this thing up again before they do the breakout. So that's pretty much how I trade it from a price action perspective. Hopefully you found this valuable. I will look forward to your comments on it. Feel free to comment on this one here. Feel free to vote. But with that being said, if you like what we do here, make sure to check us out at secondskiesforex.com. You can also join our price action course in our traders community. So other than that, I'll look forward to seeing you. Until then, good luck trading, everyone.